Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? This is Brandon.
And this is Bryce.
Welcome back to Comics Kings. Welcome back to Weekly Wrap Up. This is the show where we basically review comic books that came out the previous week. If you guys have thoughts, take you guys back through the book because it's been a little bit of time since you may have read it, or if you're not picking it up, we still want you to be informed. So thank you guys all for joining us tonight. Bryce, man, this is a pretty hectic week, man.
Yeah, honestly, it was a light week for me, but it was a good week.
Yeah. For me, it was a decent week. Everyone was telling me to pick up a Batman book that was great, but I thought it was very tropey. There was nothing new in the book that I cared about. So I wasn't happy that I got suckered in buying a book that I could have easily traded with and gotten a better experience out of. So that's that.
See, I didn't get that book because as soon as they said, "Oh yeah, it's this great Batman book," I'm like,
I should have been like that. I said, you know what? No. I mean, it's 3 issues. Pick this up. It can wait. We're gonna get into that a little bit more. Let's say hello to some people.
I will say, the next Batman book that I'm going to get will be Batman the Knight, and that is only because it's written by Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah, that book I'm excited for. That's gonna be a while to come out though. Let's say hello to the chat. We got some people in here. We got Magic Lasso. I have not seen you in a hot minute.
Oh, probably. Lasso. How you doing?
I wonder if that's because of what's going on. But welcome, Lasso. We got Big Herb who's here first. What's going on, brother? Station Big Herb.
What's going on, Big Herb?
Station TM. What's going on, brother? And tell me what's really going on. Steph, read back up this thing. I'm ready. What's going on, Big Link? What's going on? He really likes Wonder Woman. That's what it is.
He does like Wonder Woman. Very much so likes Wonder Woman.
We got the Blame Fable in here with a lot of blame to go around. What's going on, Fable? We got JT in here. What's going on, Sarah? And I believe that's everything. Let us know what you guys are. We got the internet. Oh, nice. That's
Intentional Encourager podcast. That is my dad. Yeah, he's been a big Batman. It's kind of funny because he's been a big Batman fan since he was a kid. Still a big Batman fan, and I'm a huge Nightwing fan.
Nice. So
it's very much like a dynamic duo type dynamic.
Right. Let's get right into the book. So there's been a lot of Gotham books going on. I do want to talk about Batman the Imposter just because that was the book that I did pick up and I liked it. I didn't love it. I think it was this story felt okay. So this whole book is about Batman gets laid onto the doorstep of Dr. Leslie Tompkins, who has been a very important part of Gotham. It is. We got John in here. What's going on, John?
What's up, John?
It's the BR Bros. Yeah.
BR Bros. Yes.
Yeah, it's the BR Bros. So this book is about Batman. He's very injured. Ends up on the doorstep of Leslie Tompkins, and she removes his mask, figures out who it is, and it's a younger Bruce Wayne. Now, this is very confusing to me because if you know Leslie's character, she's very much like the night nurse, and I really don't see her ever doing that, so I had an issue with that. But then it unravels Batman's origin. It unravels kind of what made him what he is as a younger Batman, as a younger Bruce Wayne. So it's also basically a mission statement of Bruce Wayne, and it's retelling that mission statement with amazing artwork. But the fact that I've seen that mission statement so many times, it just got old for me. The story is very old, and it was very beginner level. Like if this was your first Batman book, it would be a great way to start, because you automatically know Leslie's role as a therapist and her concern. You get to know, and then there's another guy who's running around Gotham killing people with Batman's mask on it. So it's just an introduction to, hey, this is Batman. This is a mission statement.
And it's not Jean-Paul Valley?
No. It's
Interesting.
Mattson Tomlin is the writer. Andrea Sorrento is the artist. So Andrea Sorrento.
Yeah.
Or Sorrentino, sorry. Sorrentino. What's up, Chillmonger?
What's going on, man?
I'm thinking of an Italian pizza. But anyway, Sorrentino. Their art's fantastic. So I loved that part, but I just think the story was very boring to me.
But how many different Batmen can you have that go around killing people? Because we already have, Jean-Paul Valley, aka Azrael.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need any more. Like, Azrael's enough, in my opinion.
Right, and then there's this other story arc with this younger detective in there that's like trying to put all the pieces together, and I'm just like, I don't care enough to be buying this book a whole lot, but I can see why it's totally somebody's thing. It's just to me, if I'm gonna invest money on one of the many Batman books, this one's just not it for me, and that's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
That's like a prestige Black Label book, isn't it?
It's a prestige Black Label book, and the art is very gritty. The art's fantastic. But I'm not just going to buy a book for the art and the lackluster story. I felt the story to be like, everyone's like, oh, this is my pick of the week. And I'm like, I could see it with the art. I can't really see it with the narrative itself because I've seen better. I've seen better retellings of Batman's mission statement. I've seen better retellings of the origin. And it's 3 issues. So if we're getting that origin being 75% of the book, how much plot do you have? You know, but there's a longer page count on this, so I'm sure the plot will be fine, and it would be better for me to read in a trade. The beauty of there being so many Batman books on the shelf is you can find one that's for you. I can totally see this being for somebody. It's just not for me to pick up and then buy the trade to review, because I'm sure we will at one point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good book. It was a good book. I'm not discounting that. It just wasn't something that I want to pick up if it's only going to be 3 issues.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about DC right now, especially with their Batman line. So I did kind of lie. I'm probably going to pick up Robin and Batman by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. But there's going to be a Batman book for everybody. So if like Batman the Imposter wasn't for you, if you're not a fan of going back to the origin story in the early days, then you can read something like Batman the Detective, and it'll probably be right up your alley.
Right.
Which is my personal favorite Batman book coming out right now. Or if you want something that's kind of a mixture, the main Batman title's great, or Detective Comics would be good for you.
Yeah, for sure. But you did just read Batman the Detective, right?
I had not. I tried reading War of the Bounty Hunters, and
there you go. So, Bryce, what did you read? You read some books this week, right?
I did read some books, and just start out on a high note. Justice League Last Ride.
Oh,
6.
I hate you for taking that.
You hate me for taking it? Dude, this is probably, out of the books that I bought this week, this is probably my pick of the week. Granted, I only had like 4 or 5 books, but still, out of the 4 or 5 books, this one was my favorite. So it's Chip Zdarsky on the writing, Mendoza on the art.
Manuel Mendoza,
okay. And so this entire thing, we've spent probably the last 3 or 4 issues on Apocalypse, dealing with Lobo. And they've learned that Darkseid kind of had a backup plan to resurrect Apocalypse. Yes. I mean, Darkseid always has a plan.
He is Darkseid is, you know.
Darkseid is. And so we find out that one of the members of the Justice League, I'm not going to say who, but one of the members was essentially possessed by Darkseid this entire time. And it makes sense as to who it was. It sucks because I love this character, but it makes sense.
And that's the one character that's not being used in DC right now.
Well, you don't want to spoil it, man. Don't spoil it.
They had a week to read it. They had a week to read it.
They had a week to read it? Okay, fine, yeah. Hal Jordan's possessed by Darkseid.
Oh, yeah, by the way, spoilers coming in.
Just said I wasn't going to. Yeah, they had a week.
They did have a week.
Okay.
People got to get that on the top of their weeklies.
So, meanwhile, you know, the rest of the Justice League is outside kind of dealing with this invasion horde led by Brainiac Superman, Cyborg Superman.
Yeah, Brainiac Superman. Kind of a hybrid.
Yeah, it's kind of a hybrid of the two, which I think is an awesome character that I would love to see utilized in other Elseworld stories.
If DC needs a villain in their live actions.
If DC needs a Justice League villain other than Darkseid.
Or whatever the hell we got with Steppenwolf.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, in the comics, too. Because you don't see a whole lot of Justice League villains other than Darkseid anymore.
All I know is Jorge Jimenez can draw a great Batman. I agree.
Jorge Jimenez probably draws the best Batman right now. Andy Kubert is good, but Jorge Jimenez is on another level.
I would say Jason Fabok if he understood how to draw different angles, but
yeah,
he can only work in a 9-panel grid. Kind of weird, but
well, that just fit the tone for that story, though.
Right.
But anyway, the Justice League's kind of taking care of that. It's kind of like your standard big flashy battle. Meanwhile, Batman goes to tell. Yeah. Batman starts to fill everybody in on what went on with Darkseid. Darkseid over there, now wielding the power of a Green Lantern, is he's resurrecting Apocalypse.
Right.
So meanwhile, we finally get some sort of resolution between Clark and Bruce. And I love this moment because Clark pulls Bruce out of an explosion. The lab's blowing up, and Clark pulls Bruce out and is like, look, nobody dies today. I don't care what kind of differences we've had in the past, how much we may hate each other now, nobody dies today. And so they go try to deal with Lobo, see what he knows. Turns out he was hired by Darkseid to bring himself there. He kind of played like, yeah. You just
ruined that. Hey, Matt, thank you for coming in, my brother. But yeah,
thanks for coming in. I'm sorry I just ruined comic books for you. But hey, blame Chip Zdarsky. He's been one of the best writers in comics for a while. He deserves to have a few controversial moments in his books.
Hey, you know what? See, what was I going to say? It's an Elseworld story. So
it is an Elseworld
It's the
story,
Omniverse. So this could be Hal Jordan in an Omniverse.
Exactly.
Pretty gnarly stuff right there.
Yeah, then Hal Jordan, he decides he's going to step up and try to do his thing again. We see some more fourth world characters for the first time, i.e. Granny Goodness, who's one of my personal favorites.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just breaks out in this all-out brawl until we find we see a figure show up at the end, seemingly out of a green flame, which I thought was interesting.
The willpower. It's the willpower to come back to life.
It is the willpower to come to life. So it's Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter is back in some kind of form. But
well, he was coming from the rise of Apocalypse.
Yes. And so he's coming out of the willpower, and I don't know, it's a weird to anybody else that Martian Manhunter is coming out of a flame and he's just acting totally fine.
I mean, that is his thing to do. I mean, he is from Mars, so.
Well, yeah, but he always gets like skittishy around fire.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it.
That was just one. Yeah. It's the penultimate issue, so you're going to get a lot of battles, you're going to get a few crazy twist reveals, but overall, just a lot of action and a stellar ending setting up the finale to this wonderful miniseries that I think that I will probably get in a hardcover when it comes out too.
I'll give it the hardcover treatment. I probably will.
If DC gives it the hardcover treatment, so will I.
They will. They give everything the hardcover treatment. Then a year and a half later, get the trade paperback after they got your top dollar first. Because that's how DC rolls.
With a book like this, though, it's not even worth releasing the trade because everybody. I want to see the sketches. I want to see scripts.
I don't think you'll get scripts. I think you'll just get the sketches.
I want to see like a nice wraparound cover for the book.
Well, here's the thing: is it fire? Like, I mean, when you die and you come back, do you really have a choice of what you brought back in?
Well, no, but I don't know. It just seemed it. I'm not saying it didn't fit. It just felt off seeing him come out of it unfazed.
I agree, but we're gonna get that next issue. We're gonna deal with that next issue. If I had the ability to walk out of flames, you'd be sure. Yeah, that I can make that kind of entrance that I could. Exactly.
I mean, that's fair. And if it had been anybody other than Martian Manhunter, whose primary weakness is fire,
right,
it wouldn't have felt off to me at all. I think it was just more of like knowing some of the character's history and then just seeing that. Like, I thought he would have at least kind of screamed first and then be like, oh, this isn't hurting me.
Right.
But anyway, that's a nitpick. Love the book.
It was. I loved it. I think that was like one of my picks. That and Wonder Woman were my two picks. I read Amazing Spider-Man 76 by Zeb Wells, Patrick Gleason. This is a continuation of the Ben Reilly story arc. Him and Peter trying to get along, But as we know in the previous issue, Peter got pretty hurt due to some radioactive bullshit with a character that exploded in his face. And so Peter's rushed to the hospital. Aunt May calls, Ben picks up, but Aunt May automatically detects that isn't Peter. So she's like, not what I'm looking for. MJ goes to the hospital, and Peter is kind of looks like I'd say looks like Mark Grayson from Invincible when he's like kind of every other issue when he's like on deathbed, But
I was gonna say, are we talking like after Omni-Man or after Conquest?
After Omni-Man, like I'm right after Omni-Man. So not like when you get later in the story. No spoilers for people who haven't read it, but because I think you should go read Invincible. But the Beyond Tower is trying to get Ben to come in, but Ben, like, he understands we're in a very serious situation right now with Peter. We don't know what's going on. So MJ and Mary Jane, MJ and Aunt May, sorry. Yo, what's going on, Verno? How you doing?
What's
You guys
going
definitely
on,
got to check out Verno's channel to get him some more subs. Someone drop his link. Herm, Travis, drop Verno's link. But anyway, Peter's trying to pawn this front that he's doing okay, that everything's great. What's going on, Chet? Yeah, this is the Chedai shirt.
Chedai Knight.
This is the Chedai shirt. The man. It's the man. The man, right? The man with the muscles. All right, so
Man, myth, mutant.
Yes, this is your Mutant Monday, everyone. So anyway, Ben asks if he can leave, right? And Peter's like, yeah, I'm good, no worries, keep going. And so Ben leaves, and then Peter's like, yeah, no, I'm basically like, I'm not doing so hot. He said, Mr. Stark, I'm not doing so hot. And so he passes out. We don't know if he dies or anything because it was a weird narrative, right? It was very weird because he's like, yeah, I said that. I said I was okay, so I can just put him to rest. What's going on, man? I see you coming in the house. By the way, Travis, do me a favor and drop Verno's link right here. You're a moderator, you do it. And Peter's like, I can't feel my body, and then he just blacks out. They say we're losing him, and then he shuts down. So knowing Peter, he didn't die. I don't think they killed him. I just think he's going into a long coma. Kind of like they're giving him the Daredevil treatment at the end of the Charles Soule run. Great. Now they have time to focus on Ben Reilly. So they're not splitting the amount of pages, especially when you have a short little backup story at the end. So Ben Reilly goes after the people that hurt Peter. And he's like, yeah, I'm Spider-Man, motherfuckers. And he's like, and it's in this like cool font. And so we're going to get the next issue where they deal with that. It is safe to say, it is safe to say that Peter is not dead. I don't think he is because you're not going to kill you're not going to kill the person that basically like drives. When Spider-Man is the only character that Disney will go out of their way to make a deal for, I get it. Just subbed up Verno. Thank you. What's going on, Bobby Station? Yeah, Verno's awesome, you guys. Just put out an Immortal Hulk review. Fantastic. Go check it out. I can't give Verno enough props. Verno's up and coming into the YouTube game. Yes, sir. And what's going on, Nicole?
What's up, Nicole? It's hard to say that because you wouldn't think you would think that with DC with Batman too, and then they went and killed Batman in Final Crisis.
Right.
So.
And just the way that Zeb Wells kind of paced out that book and Peter then just shutting off, I was like, that's weird. That's too weird for him to die. It was like, we're just gonna skip over it. It's like he's shutting his eyes. Let's skip over. Move on to the next thing. Now it's Ben Reilly time. Like it's not, man. It's not.
Okay, yeah. Peter Parker dies. It's gonna be a huge deal.
If it's Peter Parker dying, I'm not gonna spoil the book where he dies in because I really want you to read it. But when you're handling a death, even like Amazing Spider-Man 600, Aunt May's death was so dramatic. It was super dramatic, right? Even when they defeated Carnage, it was more dramatic. If Spider-Man ain't dead, get over yourself. Yeah, guys. Sub up to Verno. Let's go. Do it. If you don't do it, you're lame. Yeah. Sub him up, or else I will at you several times. Anyway, Joker. Yeah. I know, right? Ugh, who would do such a thing? Joker, number 8 by James Tynion and Gillian March, who's finally back on this book. This is the whole Vengeance introduction, you guys. So this is the Joker book who doesn't really appear in this book, so it's a Jim Gordon story. Call it Joker. Ask me why, because the Jim Gordon book won't sell. See, you can't make a.
I'd buy a Jim Gordon book before I buy a Joker book.
You can't make a Jim Gordon book and price it at $5.99 or most expensive. But you can do it with the Joker book and not give you Joker. So is it waste your money? Probably if you're looking for Joker. But if you're looking for a fun Jim Gordon story and you want to pay $6 an issue, Go for it. So we get introduced to Vengeance, who kind of creeped up, basically kills the guy or the chick that Jim Gordon was with, and she's like, oh. So we get Vengeance's origin story. We know that she is the daughter to Bane, but she's not really the direct daughter to Bane. She was groomed in the Venom, the Bane serum, right? So she was basically made in a laboratory from birth, and they took her out of the chamber when she became an adult, infused her mind with hate. So she killed everyone who made her because she was taught to hate. So all of like the reasons why she wants to hate is embedded into her, but she wants to be her own person. So she says, hey, I can get over this control, right? I was designed to kill Joker. I was designed to go Batman. Tell me why you hate Joker, so that gives me reason for me to be mad and not the venom going through my veins. So they are after Joker, and she's like, I already know where he is. And it was basically just the whole dialogue between Jim. She's like, yeah, Jim, you're retired, you're old, it's my time. So we're getting vengeance, and this is her origin story. If you want to pay $6 for her origin story and art that's really cool, do it and get suckered into a Joker book that's not Joker. Or wait a few months, it's going to be on the digital platform, or the hardcover is coming out for Volume 1, so you're not missing anything.
There you go.
So, I mean, it was a
Punchline backup story in that, or
yeah,
no?
Punchline in the backup story. Punchline escaped prison. She's getting ready for her end game in that. So it's setting. This book is setting up to end. Oh, by the way, follow Bryce on Instagram if you guys want to see more Bryce. He is also on TikTok now, which I forgot to include his link in the description below. So
As of last night, yeah.
As of last night, so
TikTok username's kind of weird, but I just felt like being kind of stupid, kind of clever with it. So TikTok is backwoods _
What's going on, Brandon? Good to see you in here, Brandon. So yeah, I'll add that to the description. But you can follow Link and Michael for a lot of comics over on Instagram and TikTok because they are part of the Comics Kings crew that is super excitable. You know, because I'm rocking Robbie Billups now. I like to think, not really, I'm my own person, but doing good. Hope everyone's having a great night. Yeah, exactly, man. Hope you're doing the same. But yeah, like, subscribe if you're new. I shouldn't have to tell you these things because if you like what you're seeing, you're gonna like it. If you don't agree with my opinions, like the video anyway. But
you don't agree with our opinions, and
then that's why we have Bryce.
No, I'm kidding.
That's why we have. I thought I was leading into something fun, but we got Nicholas in the house. What's going on, Nicholas? What else did you read, Bryce? What else did you read?
So here we go. Book with, in my opinion, the cover of the week. It was a fun story too, but definitely the cover of the week. X-Men #4. You can go ahead and do X books.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into it.
X-Men #4 by Jerry Dugan.
Mine came in damage, and I just noticed.
Friggin' Penguin random house, man. Gotta check and see who the artist is on this book. Javier Pena.
Yes.
Javier Pena.
If you like pina coladas,
boom, boom,
get
boom.
caught in the rain.
Yeah, so this is a nightmare story, which makes sense because this book kind of
what's up, Olivia?
What is up, Olivia? It kind of follows like a Halloween type theme. Which I thought was really cool, especially me being a Doctor Strange fan like I am, seeing Nightmare in this book.
Oh, I love Nightmare. I love how they use Nightmare.
It was fantastic.
I loved it.
It was fantastic. The art was kind of like very trippy too during the Nightmare scene. So long story short, this is a psychological battle between Nightmare and Jean Grey.
Yes.
There you go. Go spend your money.
Oh, I want to give I do want to know who inked this and just give them all of my money. Because whoever inked this did a fantastic job.
It doesn't say. I think
Eric.
Pena
inks himself. Then that's good.
Because it doesn't give an inker. It gives a color artist and a letterer.
The book is itself more of a Doctor Strange than its own issue. Yeah, I get it. I'm with you.
It has both, but towards the end, especially, you kind of get some more pages going into this overarching plot thread that's been going on. For the
you see Stasis. You see the Orcas guys at the end of the issue. So kind of like, we got to get back to the plot, but the whole deal with Nightmare is there's been a lot of shit happening in New York with the X-Men kind of being at the forefront. And they're really pushing this vibe as the X-Men are heroes of the U.S. or heroes of the world, but primarily the U.S. right now in this issue because we saw them abroad in the previous one. But they're pushing that theme. which is great.
Exactly.
And they're like, well, what's been going on the past few weeks? Well, Doctor Strange died. Everyone wants to kill the X-Men. Nightmare is gonna dwell, right? Because we're seeing a lot of magic characters. They're trying to push that agenda as well. I get it.
Which I'm all here for.
Right.
Personally.
So
but
this was trying to. This is when people complain that Marvel comics don't talk to each other. This book was the exact opposite, and people are still complaining about it because it's good every now and again just to remind yourself that, hey guys, like we're on the same page. As much as you don't want to see it, because Marvel has been historically bad in the recent past of not talking to each other.
King in Black.
Yeah, King in Black, especially King in Black. But
love the main story. The tie-ins, you had a handful of good ones, like Daredevil and Sword were some good
Bobby
tie-ins.
knows what's up.
Oh,
but
yeah,
this book talked very much to the other comic books and gave its respect and kind of just like said, okay, yeah, the X-Men are still the overshadowing heroes while everything is going down, right? They're still protecting the city, right? It's kind of like a whole Passover situation where like you would put the X on the door and it's like nightmare passes over you. It's kind of what Jean Grey did.
Pretty much. And I mean, personally, one thing I've loved about this run so far is it feels very old school to me in the sense where every issue kind of stands on its own, but it also has like this long form,
right?
These long form plot points that get brought up to bring that plot along. But every issue can stand on its own. Like if you read issue 2 and you didn't care about the overarching plot, but you liked the story, and you saw this issue and you wanted to pick it up, but you didn't get issue 3, you could be fine here for the most part.
Right.
But yeah, so it's a very trippy book. You kind of go inside the heads of Cyclops and Jean and Laura Wolverine. Just kind of seeing what's going on in their head, what has been troubling them. Scott is he's very self-conscious about wanting to be a good leader. Jean wants to finally move on from her Phoenix days, and then Wolverine wants to know or wants to patch up some missing spots in her memory from when she was in the vault and Jonathan Hickman's run.
Right. So it's
Nightmare's basically taking advantage of all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's all Nightmare sees is, ooh, I can trip on, I can get on this. It's like an addiction to him. It's a fiend.
Pretty much.
It's a fiend for him. So I appreciated that. If we're gonna stick on the X-Men subject, I guess we can talk about X-Force.
Love this right there.
Oh yeah, Big Jean. Oh my gosh. Big Jean. Love Big Jean. We love to see it. So X-Force, this is number 24 by Benjamin Percy, Martin Coccolo, Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
It's not Josh Cassara. That's all I know.
It's not Josh Cassara, and it looks like it's not Josh Cassara because the art's very soft. That's an attack commentary. Yeah, read your.
Oh yeah, and there's like an overarching plot point too with Orcus and Ben Urich's getting involved still with the whole resurrection thing.
Right.
That's honestly probably my favorite part of the book is I love seeing Ben Urich get his due and get his love.
Right.
Like Ben Urich's probably one of my favorite non-important characters in the Marvel universe.
Right. So this issue right here that we're dealing with today with X-Force has 2 plot points. John Cassaday is trying to get the infection out of Beast, and Colossus is doing his own thing in the Savage Land, meets someone or stays meeting someone, and then she finds out who he is, so he ends up killing her, goes back to Krakoa, and Charles Xavier's there like, hey, we need to talk. That's basically the one plot point. Black Tom Cassidy and Beast, they're fighting the infection, so Black Tom goes in there into Beast's body, and you get to see all of his blood cells. And yeah, he roots it out, and then Beast's like, the infection's not gone, it's still in my eye. So we stabbed his eye, and that's all that happens. So it's like kind of chaotic. It's a little chaotic, but you get a big Colossus moment, which is great. And I don't think we've ever had a book since Claremont that has really spoken on a Colossus character the way it does. So I was glad to see it. Did
Astonishing at all? Because I know he was a big part of that book.
No,
not
really.
Huh. Everyone's important in the Marvel universe. That's fair. Okay, let me rephrase. Of like the ultimate side characters,
except for Squirrel Girl, she kind of sucks.
Yeah, of like the ultimate side characters in the Marvel universe, Ben Urich's one of my favorite.
Cyclops sucks. I could say he's pretty unimportant. Um,
I can boot you off your own show. I don't know how
Yeah.
yet. I will find a way.
oh, I said Cyclops sucks, and he leaves.
Ah.
Bye.
Oh my
but
gosh.
Cyclops sucks.
Nope.
Who else is pretty unimportant? Who else do I just absolutely just Deadpool? I would say Deadpool is not really that important in the grand scheme of things. I don't think we've ever had a Deadpool story where I've looked at him and said, you actually matter in this world. Cyclops was wrong. To quote the book, Cyclops was wrong. Yes, sir. And then who else do we got? Who else do we have that was read? I read Superman and the Authority. This is number 404 by Grant Morrison and Mikhail Janin. I like this book. It wraps up pretty nicely, and it also segues into what is yet to come. So basically, what Superman and the Authority is an Elseworlds version of Superman, it's older version of Superman from a different Earth. Fights a bunch of people trying to take over the government that are basically white supremacists. And the Authority, the main figurehead, is a little bit of a drunk dude. So, hey, what's going on, Sebastian?
What's up? What's up, Sebastian? How you doing, man?
So, we're dealing with that, and then that ends up pretty nicely because they end up defeating him. We get Midnighter in there, and then it segues into it segues into what's yet to come on Warworld. So now Philip Kennedy Johnson's going to be handling. So what's been going on in Grant Morrison is this book was already written and done with at the start of 5G, right? So as Grant Morrison was writing their Green Lantern, they announced, hey, I'm done after this. I don't want to write for DC no more. But this book was already made and the art was already done for 4 issues. So it was wrapped up pretty nicely.
So they've had this book done for a while.
Yeah, it's a 5G concept. This is a 100% 5G concept. But they're blending it into World to make it look like the story matters. And now Philip Kennedy Johnson is going to be taking over the character and the team that was in this book. Got to bounce you for last year. Oh, yeah, Ryan, have fun in your last year, man. Don't forget Wonder Woman Day is Thursday. Free Wonder Woman Comic Day. LCS is nice. I'll keep that in mind, brother.
Sick.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
So wait, is it tomorrow or Thursday?
Thursday. But I think they're starting it tomorrow. But
okay.
And then I got a few more books left. What about you?
I have 2 books left, and I think you're gonna hate me for the next one I'm about to take.
Are you gonna take Wonder Woman or Star Wars?
I'm taking Wonder Woman and Star Wars because those are the only 2 options I have left. Yeah, Wonder Woman 780, titled Wonder Woman Returns. But the books, 3 different ones will be there tomorrow. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'll definitely try to grab some of them. I mean, who says no to free comics?
Right. I don't.
Exactly. But yeah, this is basically an oversized issue. There's no backup story like there has been, and it's still your standard $4.99. I want to say 30-some pages.
Yes.
But yeah, this is essentially Wonder Woman's welcome home party, which is well deserved, and I thought was handled really well by friends of the show, Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad.
Very good friends.
Very good friends. Yes. One thing I will say though is I've never it was weird seeing Batman smile in the cowl.
Yep.
Always weird seeing Batman smile in the cowl, but that I digress. She gets home. She's welcomed by the Justice League. People are already trying to rope her into stuff, starting with Dr. Fate and the Justice League Dark. He's trying to get her to do something. Hippolyta pretty much axes that idea and is like, nope, you're going to rest because I'm your mother. I said so.
Right.
And Diana's like, you serious? But yeah. So Diana reluctantly agrees to go to Themyscira, hang out for at least a day. And so that's where we go next. After she saves a cruise ship. And then it is made public that Wonder Woman is back. And I love this page right here where they're announcing that she's back.
Yes.
So it gets put all over social media. It gets on the news. We see the various Wonder Girls and Themyscirans around the world finding out. Love Cassie and Donna's reaction. I wasn't sure who these people were, just because I'm not very well versed in Wonder Woman.
Which page?
But it's the one right after Cassie and Donna. Oh, and Steve. I'm assuming that's Steve Trevor.
Oh, those are like the Wonder Women, like the street gang.
Okay, that makes
You
sense.
know.
That is Steve Trevor. I haven't seen enough of Steve Trevor in comics yet to know him offhand.
Oh, Steve Trevor, kind of. I don't like his character. I don't like his.
You don't like his character?
No.
I mean,
think-
fair enough. Yeah, and then we see who I'm assuming is Yara Flor.
Yeah, we see Artemis, Yara Flor,
Artemis, yeah. Dr. Psycho.
Dr.
We
Psycho.
know Michael loves Dr. Psycho.
Oh yeah.
So he was gonna be in this book, of course, and
Oh yeah.
shows things to come, which I'm assuming means we haven't seen the last of Dr. Psycho in this run, which I love.
Nope. Thank you, Michael. So if you guys
Thank
like
you, Michael. Yeah, I've loved Dr. Psycho since. Oh man,
the Harley Quinn
seeing
animated.
him in the Harley Quinn animated series, yes.
Yep.
But yeah,
Which is returning for season 3. Yay! Whenever they put it out, because they're like, yeah, we don't know what we're doing with this show, but we know you want it, so let's tell you what you're gonna see.
I still need to finish season 2 because I've been occupied with Titans
with
and
excuses.
and Young Justice. Oh, that's an automatic plug.
Yeah.
First 2 episodes of Young Justice season 4 on HBO Max.
Oh, so good.
As soon as you're done here, go watch those 2 episodes. Or if you haven't seen Young Justice yet, start at the beginning so that I won't judge you.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's a great show.
We also
great
see
show.
Nubia.
Also see Nubia and the rest of the Amazons. And Nubia kind of takes Diane off in private and was talking to her. It's like, hey, your mom told me to tell you that when you return, give you this. Don't let anybody touch it until then.
Right. Dr. Psycho.
Dr. Psycho. Yes. Oh my gosh.
I hope not.
Oh my lord. Be like Harley Quinn having a practicing license.
Right.
But yeah, she gets her lasso of truth back. So
nice.
We are now full-fledged into classic Wonder Woman. I'm super excited because this is my first time reading any kind of Wonder Woman run. So depending on how this goes, I'll end up going and checking out the Brian Azzarello run, the Greg Rucka run, the George Perez run.
I would skip over all but the Perez. Phil Jimenez did a decent job.
Azzarello, I heard Greg Rucka's was great.
Greg Rucka's was okay.
But yeah.
I didn't mind it. I like Liam Sharp's art.
That's fair. But yeah, at the end of it, we see Wonder Woman flying off into the distance, into a rainbow, signaling hope that Wonder Woman is now returned, and we are teasing the Wonder Women.
Right. Rise of the Wonder Women. Right? And we're building up to this event. So here's my advice to everybody watching this. Wonder Woman has never gotten this level of treatment ever in her history. Okay?
Yeah, not to where she's headlined her own event.
That treatment to continue. Buy the book. So, not just Wonder Woman can get further treatment, but further stories.
Yes, absolutely.
Further characters can get highlighted. If this event doesn't sell, then that is just going to prove, okay, Wonder Woman is not a character that we can continue to push, or we're not going to continue to push the narrative of diving into the mythos of the Amazons and the Themyscira. I've got to relax and Teen Titans Wonder Woman 80-year special for fandom is so funny. I don't think I saw much of fandom. I didn't see much of fandom. I was pretty busy. Like the Azzarello run is a big departure from the status quo. What's going on, Bearded? I'm gonna be seeing you soon.
What is up, Bearded Comic Bro? How you doing, man?
Yeah, if you guys want this shit to continue, if you want to see more treatment of Wonder Woman, buy the Nubia issue. It's going to be great.
Or at least keep buying this regular run.
Right.
Because if this run sells, then we will see Wonder Woman 1000, which it's on 780 right now. So it's only going to be a couple years before we get Wonder Woman 1000. We want to see that get the same treatment that Detective Comics 1000 got, that Action Comics 1000 got, and that Flash Comics 1000 will inevitably get.
She's never had. I don't consider year one an event. She's never had an event.
Well, the year one.
The woman look from the Justice League animated series, her best look, luxury style. Yeah, I agree. Good to see you here. Good to see you here, Joe Higgins.
Vibes.
But I would definitely say if you want to see Yara's character pushed, also the Wonder Women are a very diverse group. So I would say pick it up for that right because I don't see another comic that is pushing this level of diversity.
Yeah.
So buy it, give it a shot, be open to it. I would definitely because like you also right, you've never seen Diana in this shape or form ever, and we always look at okay, how can we keep characters that are 60 years old going? This is how.
Well, Diana's going on 80.
Bearded is head of the Yara Flor Sim Club. So I feel like I'm like his secretary at that point. For that, make sure you buy the book. Also,
I know
I can't confirm.
I know I'm going to be getting at least the main series for the Wonder Woman event. I don't know if I'll be getting all the tie-ins, but if you at least support the main series or the main event run, then that will prompt further events or at least large story arcs like this going forward.
Go ahead. Who's the other one? Is it Tessa? Is Tessa the other one? I don't know. But I don't really want to talk about Blue and Gold. I don't really want to talk about Dr. Aphra. Blue and Gold's fun. Read it. It's by Dan Jurgens. If you don't like Booster Gold, you're not going to dive into his character now, especially 3 issues later. Mars.
Yeah. Mars. Okay.
Mars. Okay, we need to take a Yara Flor Sip Club picture at Baltimore.
Oh my gosh. Are you in that club?
I think I am. I mean,
Joel
Jones is going to be on the show in December. So,
well, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I'm gonna have to catch up on Wonder Girl then.
Yep. So, oh yeah. By the way, you guys, Joel Jones is going to be on the show in December. I don't think I've ever said that. I don't think I've ever.
As long as it's confirmed, you should be good.
Yeah. Booster Gold is my dude. Yeah, exactly. But many people don't dive into Booster Gold, so they're not reading Blue and Gold because it's basically playing off the history of their friendship that not a lot of people understand. It's fun. Yeah. I recommend it. Dan Jurgens is fantastic, but I want to talk about War of the Bounty Hunters because it just wrapped up. Issue number 5 by Charles Soule, Luke Ross. Charles Soule is the head of Star Wars over at Marvel Comics, and his little team of what is it called? Like the Jedi Council, I guess at this point.
It's kind of like.
So where are we in this plot? You have this Hutt with a 6-pack trying his best, trying his damnedest to go to war with the Empire. You have Vader who's chasing down Luke Skywalker. You have Lando and Chewie and Princess Leia trying to get Han back. You have Boba Fett and Valance trying to double-cross each other to get Han. So...
Then you have the Empire trying to keep Han, and then you have the Hutts.
I know Booster Gold. I know. I love Booster Gold, right? I love Booster Gold. You know, actually, after Star Wars, I'll talk on the book. I like Booster Gold. I'll talk on it. If you guys want me to talk on it, I love Booster Gold. But I feel like it's not a book that a lot of people are reading. I will talk about it.
My thing with Blue and Gold.
What's going on, Fit?
What's up, Fit? Only reason I didn't pick up Blue and Gold is because I don't know anything about Booster Gold. And Ted Kord isn't my Blue Beetle. Jaime is. So, I think if Jaime a spotlight, I'll buy the book.
Go away. I love Jaime, but no, he's no Ted Kord.
I love Jaime, dude. Jaime is my Blue Beetle.
I'll let the chat handle that. So anyway, we have a bunch of working plots going together. And Han is on this little shuttle, Imperial shuttle, trying to get back to the Star Destroyer. Admiral Piet, as we know to be kind of, what is the nicest word I can say about him? He is a pushover, wimp, no balls. Anyway, yeah, that's Admiral Piet. And he calls Vader saying, hey, you guys, you're going to try starting up the new Super good
Which one?
Which one?
I'm curious. Which one?
But so I love all the Beatles, even Ringo. Nice.
Hey, Ringo Starr supremacy over here.
So we have Han going back, and we have everything kind of coming to a head. Admiral Piet calls Vader. He's like, don't threaten me with that nonsense. And so what does Admiral Piet do? He sees kind of everything happening. The Hutt's pushing their front, and he calls Palpatine. And Palpatine says, "Okay, go tell Vader that I said to do something about it because I can do so. Remember, I want to continue something with Jabba long term." Vader goes in, kills all the Hutts. Right as that's going on, Han arrives onto the shuttle that was granted access. The Millennium Falcon was somehow granted access because Kira sent in hacking codes because she's the head of the Crimson Dawn and she still has a soft spot for Han. And that was revealed to Leia that they used to sleep together and do recreational activities together and have some whooping dude off fun together. They used to date. So anyway, yes. So Leia's like, what the fuck? She don't like that very much. She's not on Leia's favorite person list at that time.
He's a nerf herder. Han's a nerf herder again.
Yep, Han is a nerf herder again. And then we got Valance and Boba Fett. They get on with the codes that Darth Vader provided them because technically he worked for Vader for a period of time prior to Empire Strikes Back, which we know because Vader hired a bunch of bounty hunters. So they all get there. Boba Fett defeats Valance. Not dead yet because he's half cyborg, and we see that part. But Boba Fett double crosses him, takes Han. We know the rest of the story, right? Jabba had that bounty on Boba, so Boba's like, "Pay me now, bitch. I know what you did. So that's basically what happened, and it ended exactly as we predicted because we saw the movie.
Yep. And now we're going into Crimson Reign, which starts in December and is going to be the second part of Charles Soule's own Star Wars trilogy within the Star Wars trilogy.
Which I enjoy that we're kind of diving into that road instead of more of the narrative that we already know with the original trilogy. We're kind of bringing something new to the table, especially because Kira looks just like Emilia Clarke, which I'm here for because I love looking at the future Mrs. Feldman in my comic books. That was supposed to.
What in the polygamy is going on with it? What happened to Emma Watson?
I can have options. See, right? I can have options.
Somebody come get this man. Okay, no, Fit. That is an excellent question. Okay, so Superman, Son of Kal-El, which I haven't been reading, but I've heard it's a great book. So that is Jonathan Kent, which is the son of Clark Kent, who is your typical Superman. So Clark Kent is off world right now dealing with some stuff with Mongol. And that is going to be the World saga, which is going on in Action Comics. So if you want a full Superman, like what's going on with both father and son, then in order to get Dad's storyline, you get Action Comics. In order to get Son's storyline or Jonathan's, you go to Superman, Son of Kal-El, who is the one who just came out as coming out as bisexual in issue 5.
Got it. Good.
Pretty much the full rundown.
Right. All right. Because you guys wanted it so much. Blue and Gold by Dan Jurgens and Cully Hamner. This book continues what we've been dealing with. I've not read it in a very long time. This character comes down from Earth and starts attacking the place. So, Booster, who's trying to file for a house, and they're like, no, he's like, but don't you know who I am? And it's basically playing off a time period where if you love Justice League and Justice League International, you remember it. If you weren't reading it, you're not going back to read it. So it's like not a lot of people know who Booster Gold is unless they were either reading comics at the time and loved him, or they learned about him through the TV series. So this son is referred as the new Superman. So basically, Clark has passed down the mantle of Superman to his son because apparently once you turn 16 in comics after being at the Legion of Superheroes, you're now an adult, so you're Superman. Got it? Good.
Well, at the same time, too, Earth needs a Superman, and
it's like an interim.
Something just an arc. No, the Jonathan has his own series, so there are 2 series to get both Superman, and I think once Clark comes back, him and John will share the responsibility of co-Superman
if he is back.
If Clark comes back,
right.
As co-Superman to basically double Earth's protection.
Right. But anyways,
can only be good.
Back to Blue and Gold. They're still live streaming everything. So they see him get rejected, hit for his rent, and they're like, "Yeah, you're not paying your rent." He's like, "But I'm on the Justice League," and so the chat is just like going basically memeing his ass, coming at him. So it's pretty funny. And then this girl shows up, this alien girl. She looks very Kree-ish, but she's not Kree because this is DC. So they have to take her down, and we get that. Basically, it was fun. The art's great. I haven't read this in like a week, literally a week, and this is the first book I read, so it's like consumed. It's like down underneath everything. So I'm trying to look at it while I'm recording it, but just continues to play off of their friendship, and you get some fun moments. And this chick gets she basically she hits them with a sword, but the sword like brings them into like this other reality, or like it's leading them into this other reality. So they're just sitting there, they're just like waving at each other. They're friends, and it's a very comedic book. It's a very light read. There's not a whole lot to worry about, which is why I was kind of skipping over it, because like a book of reading this is a fun book to kind of distract myself from whatever's going on.
Yeah.
And it just gives you a very dynamic friendship story that's fun, lighthearted, and has some stakes. You could say there's some stakes, but hopefully we get Ryan Sook back on art soon, because it looks
answer
much
this
better
question
than this.
for me. So Booster Gold, is he essentially like a super like a social media hero?
Technically, but they both are, I guess. Because Ted is your technology guy, so they're trying to boost that. But I guess going live, getting publicity, and Booster's always been a very comedic character, so he's kind of taking advantage. So yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. Also, one more thing I will add to your question about if they know it's a different Superman. So Earth knows that Clark Kent is Superman at this point. And so they know that not only is it a new Superman, they know it's his son essentially. Am I correct on that, Brandon?
Yeah. If no one has said it, I'll say it now. Lois and Clark, Superman, great show on the CW. It's phenomenal.
Oh, fantastic.
It gets Superman and him being a father. It's good. Best Superman act. I watched the first few episodes, and I said this is gonna be a great binge.
It's gonna be a phenomenal binge.
I think after once it's put all over HBO, and I don't have to worry about what am I missing out on, I'm gonna binge it. Here's the thing, guys. I've been very bad about the CW, or I've been very on the fence about trusting the CW, simply because I've been let down. It's their first few seasons are great, right? Green Arrow first 4 seasons are great. Flash first 4 seasons were great. Legend of Tomorrow was decent for 5 episodes, and
Supergirl was Supergirl.
Supergirl was fine. I enjoyed it, but it was very cringy. It was a fun cringe. It was a fun cringe that I'm here for Martian Manhunter at this point. And now the CW, I'm just what will they add and ruin? And I don't want it to be ruined. So it's when I see Lois and Clark, and I'm like, oh, nice.
I still enjoy the Flash. At times, I don't think they should focus.
I like Grant Gustin.
I don't think they should focus on Iris as much as they do.
Has a higher budget, you can do it with CGI. Okay, yeah, then I'll have to check it out, because the CW just
because I think they made the CW partnered with HBO Max to make it, so it's in a lot of ways an HBO original.
All right, see, thank you for that insight. I was not aware.
It has a similar production quality to Titans, but the same different people are in charge of it.
So Titans is a little too adult for them. If your kids, depending on how old your kids are fit, I would say watch Young Justice with them.
Yeah. Teen Titans animated series from 2003 to 2006. Batman Beyond, Justice League Unlimited, and of course
What If by Marvel.
What If? Yeah, What If's a great one.
X-Men animated series, the Fantastic Four animated series. If no one has seen the Fantastic Four animated series, put that on your next binge.
As far as live action shows you can watch with them, Superman and Lois is fantastic. There's some Superman and Lois is decently family friendly. It's about as family friendly as you get on the CW.
Oh, I would say Titans as a show isn't friendly. Period.
Titans is not family friendly.
It's not friendly. It sucks. And I want to love Titans. I fucking want to love Titans. But
Oh yeah, me too.
maybe I'll
Yeah.
ask Marv Wolfman that when he's on the show. Hey, why does Titans suck?
Grant Gustin's a phenomenal Flash. Grant Gustin will probably be the
Flash movies too. Yeah, I can't. Here's the thing about Ezra Miller is he feels a lot. Well, you said it. He feels like a Bart.
He does. Yes, that's what I was saying. Ezra Miller
Carver.
would be a great Flash if they just changed his name from Barry to Bart.
Right. This is awesome. We get
On my end,
a lot of Q&A.
I'm trying to not do too much animation. Honestly, especially when it comes to DC, your best shows and your best movies are going to be animated just because a lot of those characters are basically god level.
Yeah, and not everyone looks
It can only be told properly in animation. Otherwise, the budget would be huge. Like, you can watch Man of Steel and it portrays Superman pretty well, I would say, as far as like his power set and stuff, and it doesn't look cheap. But if you're talking about shows, Marvel has the better live action shows. So you've got like WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki. That's all in the MCU.
What's going on, Melvin's watching? Okay, so Melvin read Wally West, Clark Kent, and Batman.
Oh my gosh, I love that scene so much.
Calling Ezra Miller sucks because he can't run. They should have been. So he's just a stupid actor. I just can't stand him in period.
I like him in most of his movies, but they've not been superhero movies. Like if you see Ezra Miller in a movie called The Perks of Being a Wallflower, you will see that he's a great actor. Right. But The Perks of Being a Wallflower is nowhere near Justice League.
I don't know. My thing with Ezra Miller and his role is. I blame everyone. I blame the costume designer who sucked. Who gave him a Wally West costume. I blame the person who's doing the effects who made everything every time he ran slow down and just a bunch of blue electricity everywhere. I don't care for that. And just his delivery on his lines and his interaction with other people was very much like, I know I'm beneath you. And I'm going to stay beneath you, and I'm not here for any purpose. It was like, what can you do? I was like,
he was a Batman fanboy.
Yeah. I was like, there's nothing. There's nothing there. I don't know. I would have liked
Peacemaker looked great.
Yeah, but if we can get a Peacemaker show, I think we can get a Batman show. But
they're not going to put Batman on a small screen.
Why? You did it with Gotham.
That wasn't Batman, though. That was Gotham.
It's Bruce Wayne.
It was Bruce Wayne growing up, yeah, but a lot of people just want to see Batman on the big screen.
I think you can do so much more with the TV show.
You could.
So much more. And
but I thought you could do a lot more with Titans on a TV show, and now I'm just begging them to end it and give us a Nightwing movie.
Oh, it got renewed for season 4.
I know it got renewed for season 4. Axe it and give us a Nightwing movie.
Yep. Batman looks great.
The Batman looked great. Black Adam looked awesome.
We are getting a Batman show. Okay. They made it. I think Flash would have ADHD in a way because he's so fast. Everything's so slow. I mean, I have ADHD, and I don't think that's a very good depiction of ADHD. If that is the case, I think they did that a disservice. But
no, your best depiction of ADHD in a Flash, in my opinion, is Wally and Young Justice.
Yeah.
That's just me though.
Right. I don't know. Other announcements we have going on the show. I think now's a great time to plug it more than ever. I have interviews coming in the future with some pretty cool people that I'm super excited to talk more into depth about when the time comes. Once I get dates, I'll let you guys know. But I'm telling you guys right now, I have never been more stoked. I'm reaching a date with one person, so I can say it. One of them is Marv Wolfman, so I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited.
I would skip class for that interview, and I really can't afford to skip class.
And then, other than that, dropping on Wednesday, 4:15 Eastern Time, premiering, so you can be in the live chat. Myself and Stefan Missing Link are going to be talking about fandom and breaking it down for you guys. So a lot of what we're talking about now, we'll be talking about in that video. We'll go more into depth about the announcements, how we react to them, and much over what's yet to come with DC and what can we expect from that industry going forward, both in the comics and in the big screen, how they're kind of marrying them together. And in my opinion, still shit in the bed. But
Fair enough.
but they make you very excited to hate it. So
see, I think a lot of their movies coming up are going to be pretty solid.
I just think some of it's unnecessary.
Melvin, are you trying to start a war? Are you trying to start a war between us? Barry Allen.
Ooh,
why am I fighting Southpaw right now? Comics King Civil War right here, written by Mark Millar.
I got shot. But anyway, what else we have going on? Friday, we are dropping another archives video. So if you guys did not know, Missing Link led Young Justice, which that video, not Young Justice. Who let him say that? Young Avengers. He led Young Avengers, and he did a great job. We recently, Bryce, Link, and I just recorded Batman 3 Jokers, which you'll get to hear all about our thoughts. And as we walk you through the book, deep dive, review it. And that comes out on Friday. Spoiler alert. There's a lot in that book to unravel. There's a lot in that book to unravel. So I highly recommend checking out that episode. It was a lot of fun. And what else do we have coming on the channel? I was just on Aegis Comics of Alaska. The PCP Army Bad Batch was recently on Spinetix. And we got Whiplash Wednesday coming out soon. We will talk about Milestone. Because
I would love to talk Milestone. I've actually really been wanting to get into Milestone recently, so I feel like now would be a perfect time.
That is going to be fun.
You know what? I'll tell you. Yeah, I might switch to Southpaw just for that.
Right. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Weekly Wrap Up. We will see you guys back next week, every week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time to catch us live from the cut. And thank you to everybody catching the replay. Make sure you guys remember, if you like what you're seeing, give us a big old fat thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. It just helps out a little bit in whatever the TikTok algorithm is. If you are catching this on the replay, let us know what you read in the comments below. And make sure you guys sub up to everybody in the description below. They're worth it. Thank you guys so much. Station.
See you guys next week. Have a good night.
I really need an outro, so here's the outro.